All right, boys and girls, welcome back. Quick little 5-minute lesson here on 2.4, slope, parallel lines, and perpendicular lines. You've already learned all of this, but it's a nice little thing to review. And also, this is like foundation of Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry. These classes are in all three, or these questions are in all three classes. Could you draw a line in your head with a positive slope? It would look like that, right? What about a negative slope? This is what you don't want your stocks to look like. Okay? Now here's where people get confused. A slope of 0 is neither uphill nor downhill. This, sorry, it's supposed to be horizontal. This is a slope of 0. Now, a slope that's undefined could also be considered to be infinity. This vertical slope is undefined. And you're going to find out from me in this class and more so in Algebra 2 and definitely in pre-calc, where when you divide by 0, the reason the answer is undefined is that the answer is infinity. You want to look at that real quick? What's 1 divided by 1? 1. What's 1 divided by 0.1? If I have $1 and I divide it up into dimes, how many dimes do I have? 10. What's 1 divided by 0.01? 100. What's 1 divided by 0.001? 1,000. So if I did 1 divided by something that was really close to 0, my answer would start to approach infinity. That's why dividing by 0 is undefined, because infinity is undefined, okay? All right, can you remember the formula between 2 points? What's the slope formula? Anybody know it? I think I heard somebody say it.
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
That's right. So when we find change in math, that's subtraction. We have a lot of people that have been memorizing formulas, and they often switch when you subtract and when you add. Just remember, all you're trying to do is find the change in the x and the change in the y, and you always put the y's on top. Y's over run, rise over run, change in y over change in x. Kayla, I'll be right with you, but you're just going to have to sit patiently for a second. Okay, so now a couple theorems. How are parallel lines related? They have the same slope. That's super important. And then here's a little caveat. If both slopes are undefined, they are also parallel. Undefined isn't a value, so your undefined doesn't equal my undefined. So we can't say that they're equal, but we can say that they're parallel. Okay? And then now some perpendicular. How are perpendicular lines related? Their slopes are two things. They are opposites and what else? Come on, you should, reciprocals. Good job, Ellie. Opposite reciprocals. Opposite indicates positive or negative, and then a reciprocal is when we flip the fraction. So if you had a line that was defined as, can't see my, come on. If you had to find that a line that was defined as y equals 4x plus 3, what would be a line perpendicular to this? Well, we just got to flip the 4 and make it opposite. So what's the reciprocal of 4? 1/4. So it would be negative 1/4 x plus, and you could put whatever you wanted there for the y-intercept. So far, so good. What's the most famous equation for a line? Yes.
Y equals mx plus b.
So let's take a look at how that affects this. We'll do one more slide, and that'll be the end of this video. So let me go boink, boink, boink. All right, this is like your classic problem. find the equation of a line perpendicular to this line containing a point that's given. Now, I cannot just look at this line and find the slope, can I? So we need to rearrange the way that equation is written. 4x plus 8y equals 24. What should I solve that for, Gigi? I'm going to solve it for y, so I'll subtract 4x. Instead of writing that as 24 minus 4x, I'm going to write it as negative 4x plus 24. Gigi, what would you have me do next?
Divide by 8 on both sides.
Divide both sides by 8. And you get y equals negative 4 divided by negative 8. That's negative 1/2. And 24 divided by 8 is 3. I almost wrote down a 4. Okay. All right, now we want to find the equation of a line that is perpendicular to that one. So what is the slope of our red line? Negative 1/2. Thank you, Haley. So then what will be the slope, Hallie, excuse me, what will be the slope of our line? We need to do the opposite reciprocal to that. Go ahead.
2.
It is 2. So now we know the m is 2, but we also know the x and y. So anytime you get here, just write y equals mx plus b. We know our m. We're trying to find our b. Does everybody understand that? Well, y is negative 4, m is 2, x is 2. Oh no, did this turn out to be, oh no, we're good. I thought it was going to be 0, which happens. Subtract 4 from both sides. And you get b is negative 8. And now that we know m and we know b, our answer is easy. Y equals 2x minus 8. And I would graph these on my graph calculator to make sure that they were perpendicular and to make sure that my graph contained that point. That's it. Boom!